a pizza or a pie, the pieces of that, it forms a circle. Or if you observe the second hand of a clock, any hand of a clock for that matter, but a second hand moves fast and hence you can observe it. What does it do? It actually traces a circle, or say a giant wheel or the wheel of a moving car. All of these are circles. All of these are different circles. Now, what exactly is a circle? This is where we see circles around us, right? This is how a kid will learn about circles. But we should learn about it a little more mathematically, a little more geometrically. So mathematically, how would you define a circle? It is nothing but a collection of points which are at a fixed distance from a fixed point. Okay? What is it? It's a collection of points which are at a fixed distance. So here I'm fixing the distance. Yeah? How are you imagining it? We are imagining, if you see in this figure, as a line, and I turn the line around, I rotate it all the way, it forms a circle. That's what you see here. Now this line is the fixed distance, which is called the radius. And this point where I'm holding this line is the fixed point, which is called the center, right? So this is the fixed point and this is my fixed line. When I'm rotating it like this, that's what you see on your figure here. So this is nothing but the fixed point and we call it the center of the circle. And this is nothing but the fixed distance, which we call as the radius of the circle. So that's how we mathematically define a circle. It's a collection of all points which are at a fixed distance, meaning constant distance from a fixed point, right? Means constant point. And this fixed distance is nothing but the radius, and this fixed point is nothing but the center. There are few more terms that you've learned relating to circles. Let's try and revise them. Let's see if we still remember them. So let me start with a circle. How many parts does a circle divide a plane into? A circle divides any plane into 3 parts, right? Any point on this plane, plane meaning this paper, any point on this could either be external or in the exterior of the circle, or it could be inside the circle, which is the interior, or it could be on the circle. Correct? So 3 places where a point can be either exterior, interior, or on the circle. Now, if you think about lines and circles, so those were points, right? Many points together will form a line. How can we think about all the shapes or all of geometry? It starts with a point. The most basic thing that you can draw is a point. Now, if I take many points together like this, it will form a line, correct? And as we keep adding lines, if I take 2 lines together, they'll form an angle. If I take 3 lines together, they'll form a triangle. If I take 2 triangles like this, they'll form a quadrilateral. Yeah, very interesting. So everything starts with a point. Now, if we start adding more and more triangles, a circle can be thought of as a polygon with infinite sides, or a polygon formed by joining infinite triangles. See, if I keep joining an infinite number of triangles like this will be a circle where this point, this line becomes so small that it becomes a circle, right? So one way to think about a circle is it's made up of an infinite number of triangles, or the circle is nothing but a line which is bent together. Because if you imagine a circle and imagine cutting it open here, it will become a straight line, correct? So we started with a line, went all the way up to a circle and came back to a line, right? Because a circle is nothing but you take a straight line and you fold it up, you will form a circle, right? I have a straight line, I fold this up and I can form a circle. Right? I open the circle out, it becomes a straight line again. Correct? So that's how we can think about circles. So all figures in geometry, the reason I'm telling you this is because you'll realize that all concepts in geometry are very closely related. Once you understand one concept, it becomes very easy to understand all the other concepts. And whenever we learn any concept, we always keep connecting topics to each other, right? These are not different silos. The reason a lot of times, we find it difficult is because we are learning everything differently and trying to memorize everything, right? The moment you start connecting all of these, the moment you realize that triangles, circles, lines are all related to each other, all of these are different topics that you're learning, right? You're learning lines and angles, you're learning triangles, you're learning circles. All of them, when we start connecting them to each other, all of these will actually become very, very easy. You'll be able to use properties from triangles to solve circles. You'll be able to use circle properties to solve triangles and so on. right? So the moment you start connecting all of these things together, they become very, very simple, right? Same is true with maths and physics. They're not really two different subjects. You can connect them and you can learn everything together, right? Physics is nothing but maths and maths is nothing but physics, right? What is physics? It's real life applications of mathematics, right? At the end of the day. Anyway, we are not doing physics today, we are doing geometry.